And now sports with Chris Dewar from the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Sports Desk.
We had an incredible weekend filled with highlights from football games all across the tri-states. From QND's absolute stunner to Braden Little throwing 6 touchdowns for Quincy High and much more. But one highlight we haven't shown you may be better than them all. We've got new video from the play of the night from Monroe City's comeback win over Centralia on Friday. And we would be remiss to go the entire weekend without showing you a one-handed grab awarded to us. Monroe City's Trace Smizer, the incredible catch, tracked that ball over the shoulder. That is no easy task. Smizer sticks that left arm out there to haul in a rainbow of a pass from Wyatt to Grave. And Monroe City needed every bit of that big play in their comeback 36-34 win. Once again, one of the best plays from all weekend and just a hunch. You may see that one again on Sensational 7 this week. And let's get into some of today's action as QU women's soccer had another Sunday home game. In this one, a low-scoring affair that ends in a 1-1 tie with University of Illinois Springfield. Sophomore Reagan has scored her first goal of the season in the 28th minute to give the Hawks the early lead. However, Illinois Springfield would tie it in the 75th minute. That score would hold as QU now 1-4-1. They travel to Upper Iowa next Sunday. And the exact same matchup took place on the men's side. They're off the scoreboard in this one, falling 1-0. This game incredibly tight throughout as Illinois Springfield scored the game's only goal in the 87th minute. QU did have more saves in the game, leading at 6-3. However, 20 total shots in the game for Illinois Springfield compared to just 9 for Quincy, as QU, now losers of back-to-back, will look to end that skid also at Upper Iowa next Sunday. And Chris Dewar touched on this game in overtime last night, but felt the impressive 2-0 start for QU football. That deserves a full breakdown, partially because they're doing it with a first-year head coach. That's got to feel pretty good for Jason Kilday, yet to have a loss under his belt, albeit just 2 games into the season. QU erased a double-digit deficit as Drake Davis tossed 2 touchdowns in the game. QND alum Brock Wiley led the team with 6 solo tackles. First win in Rolla since 1998 for the Hawks. If that means anything, I was still 4 years away from being born at that time. And once again, a big weekend of football highlights from across the area. So stay tuned tomorrow for some of the best of the bunch in Sensational 7. We've had records being broken, defensive touchdowns, and plenty more on the slate you'll want to get another look at this week. One of the toughest lists I've had to put together so far in just a couple weeks. So make sure to stay with us all week for plenty more highlights throughout sports.